This is the Voice of Health, sharing health principles, inspiring healthful living, because a healthy lifestyle is medicine. Broadcasting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Brought to you by the Lifestyle Medicine team of Adventist Medical Center Manila, Health Ministries Department of North Philippine Union Conference, Adventist World Radio, and Hope Channel Philippines. This is the Voice of Health.
Isang masaya, masigla at mapagpalang araw po sa inyong lahat mga kaibigan. Welcome po muli dito sa ating programa na naglalayong tugunan ng inyong physical, mental at spiritual na pangangailangan. Ito po ang Voice of Health, tinig ng kalusugan, trumpeting heaven's prescription that lifestyle is medicine. Sa mga bumubuo po ng programang ito at gayon din po sa amin, kami po ay walang sawang nagpapasalamat sa pagpapatuloy po ninyo sa bawat tahanan, sa bawat pakikinig po ninyo, sa radyo man po ito, sa telebisyon o maging sa social media. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay at pagtangkilik sa ating programang ito. Ngayong araw po ay isa na naman panibagong makabuluhang topiko ang ating mapapakinggan, gayon din at mapapanood. Live po tayo na mapapakinggan ngayon sa AWR 89.1 FM, gayon din po sa Facebook at sa YouTube. Kung kayo po ay nakasubaybay sa ating Facebook account, pwede po kayo dyang makipag-interact sa amin. Mag-comment, mag-like at mag-share lang po. Nang sa ganon ay marami pang tao ang pakinig ng ating pong tatalakayin ngayong umagang ito. Gayun din po, live din tayo napapanood sa GSA Channel 33. At alam ko po na ang bawat isa sa atin ay handa na makinig at tunghayan ng ating pong guest speaker ngayong umagang ito. Kaya naman bago magpatuloy po ang ating programa, inaanyayahan ko pong lahat na sumandalin niyo ko sa ating panalangin. Tayo po ay manalangin. Dakilang Diyos na ang tahanan ay nasa mga langit, sa mga oras po ito, binabalik namin ng papurit pasasalamat sa inyo. Sa pagsisimula po ng aming programa ito ng Voice of Health, patubayan po ang bawat isa na makikinig, gayon din po ang aming guest ngayong araw na ito. Salamat po o Diyos sa mga biyayang pinagkakalob niyo sa amin, patawad po sa aming nagawang pagkukulat pagkakasala sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen. Bago po natin matunghayan at mapakinggan ang topiko ng ating pong guest speaker ngayong araw na ito, panoorin po muna natin itong Lifestyle is Medicine video.
Lifestyle is medicine. L is for laughter, the stress reliever. I for interaction, the friendly immune booster. F is for food and fluid, the taste of health and the thirst quencher. E is for exercise, the preserving power of motion. S is for sleep, the body restorer. T is for temperance, the key to balanced life. Y, your faith, the divine healer. L is for light, the energy giver. And E, environment, the lifesaver. Pure air, sunlight, abstemiousness, rest, exercise, proper diet, the use of water, trust in divine power. These are the true remedies. Indeed, lifestyle is medicine.
Nagbabalik po ang inyong programang Voice of Health at patuloy pa rin po kayong nakasubaybay sa atin po ngayong araw. Without further ado, nais ko pong ipakilala sa inyo ang atin pong guest for today. Siya po ay isang medical doctor, a general practitioner, physician, and her name is none other than Dr. Atheena Trizia Marnielle Aguilar. Happy morning sa inyo, Doc!
Hello, happy morning. So hindi lamang sa iyo, Ma'am Zai, but also to our viewers, to our listeners from social media, radio, television. Again, nagpapasalamat po kami na kayo ay muling tumututok sa AWR Voice of Health.
Ayan. So ngayong umaga po ay we are privileged again to have you here in the studio, Doc.
Thank you.
And ang pag-uusapan po natin ngayon is very timely. This is all about the connection between heart and mind. So Doc, can you enlighten us? What is this all about?
All right. Ayan. Again, good morning to all who are listening and mga viewers. So, bear with me, please, sa aking paghalo ng Tagalog at English. And for the most part, I believe that everyone can follow through anyway. So, our topic for today is the heart and the mind. Natanong ko si Ma'am Zai when she invited me to speak again, ano ba ang theme for this month of May? And she told me it is more on cardiac health. So, for those who do not know, I am a general physician, so I'm not exactly a specialist in cardiology. However, I am a mental health advocate, a part of the Adventist Possibility Ministries or APM and also the health ministries. And natanong ko si Lord, syempre pinag-pray natin, anong topic today that could be very relevant sa ating mga nakikinig. Napasok sa aking isipan na ipag-connect ang puso at isipan. Siyempre, ano nga ba ang meron? So kadalasan, ang mga nagtatalo ay feelings o kaya naman ay mag-isip ba, reasoning. Napapakinggan natin ang follow the heart ba or use your logic. So saan tayo magsisimula? Siyempre, sa ating mga organs na involved. So we have the heart first and foremost. Ayan. Siyempre, alam ng lahat, ang puso ay isang vital or importanteng organ or lamang loob sa katawan. Sa mga hindi pa nakakaalam, ito ay kasing laki lamang ng inyong kamao. Ayan. So, Ma'am Zai, yung aking fist po, fist size ang tawag, ay maliit lamang siya. So normally, my heart would just be this size. So isang kamao lamang. And with that size of an organ, ang kanyang importance or significance within the body ay napakalaki. Siya ang nagdi-distribute, nagpapump ng dugo sa buong katawan. So ayan, maliban doon, yan din ang nagkokontrol ng rhythm and syempre bilis ng tibok ng puso at alam ng lahat yan, ang presyon. So, blood pressure. So, ano nga ba ang koneksyon ng puso sa ating isipan? So, next, of course, ano pang isang involved na laman loob? Ayan, ang brain. Kung makikita po natin dito, sa mga nanunood, ayan, ang sabi ko po dito, regulates or controls. Siya ang, kumbaga, kapitan ng inyong buong katawan. So, everything in the body, pero kasama na dyan, so, mula ulo hanggang paa, ito ay napaka-fascinating nga na organ. Hindi siya yung biggest organ, yan po ay mapupuntang award sa balat, biggest organ. Hindi rin siya ang pinakamahaba, yan po ay mapupunta sa ating bitukang maliit. Ngunit, siya ang pinaka-intricate o napaka-detalyado. Napakagaling po ng ating Creator. Ayan, ang ating Diyos, ang Panginoon natin, napakadetalye, very complex ang pagkagawa niya ng ating utak. It is at the top of our body because it has to control everything. So mula taas hanggang baba. So ayan, mapapawaw na lang you would not parang stop and wonder how precise the brain has to be the control center of everything. All the processes, mula sa pag nakakaramdam ng gutom, ayan, ng takot, ano pa ba? Pag ikaw inaantok, naguguluhan, naiinis, ano pa ba? Pag yan, nai-in-love, di ba po? Yun agad, dun pa lamang, brain and heart may connection na tayo. So again, this includes everything from your choices to your feelings, emotions, your thoughts, lahat, pati ang paglago ng katawan, yung ating paglaki mula bata hanggang pagkatanda, even the deterioration up unto death, everything is controlled by the brain. That is how important this organ is in the body. So now we move on. Ano nga ba ang link, Ma'am Zai, ng heart with the mind? So ayan, ating makikita. Next, so any change from the brain, as we have said, because it controls all the organs, processes in the body, any change from the brain can ultimately affect the heart and the rest of the organs. Pero syempre, ang focus natin for this day, for this month actually, is on cardiac health. So, on the heart. Ayan, so the main change usually involved when we talk about the brain, it's of course, dyan papasok ang ating mental health. So kasama yan, anxiety disorders. So it's a vicious cycle na pabalik-balik of anxiety and depression affected ang ating buong katawan. Stress-related issues or disorders na andyan po lahat yan in mental health. And anything that is changing from the brain can also affect the heart, so there will be changes to the heart. At dyan papasok ang ating mga cardiovascular diseases that I'm sure na discuss naman na siguro in the previous Voice of Health topics or Mondays throughout the month. So itong ating mga mental health issues, all these can contribute to various cardiovascular diseases or problems of the heart. So much so na nagkakaroon ng panic attacks na symptoms that looks like a heart attack. So ayan, briefly, let us discuss this. Medyo maliit po for our viewers. I hope you can see it on your screens, on YouTube or Facebook, wherever you're watching. And for our listeners, allow me to identify for you all, iterate natin, So isa-isahin natin ng panaglit. So sa panic attacks, usually ang pain na mararamdaman, stabbing, tinutusok ang dibdib. Compared to a heart attack, meron ding ganong klaseng pain na parang tinutusok, and usually it would be on the left side, more on the left, and there would be a squeezing. So pinipisa ang puso, parang pinipiga na meron ding mabigat na pressure on the chest. Parehas silang pwedeng maging biglaan na maramdaman. Ang pinagkaibahan with panic attacks, usually or typically, it would be from extreme stress. Doon naman sa ating heart attacks, it would be from any form of physical exertion. So kung kayo ay biglang nag-hiking na walang prior preparation o kaya naman nagbuhat ng maraming mabibigat, ang isa pa nating example dito is ultimo, ang pag-akyat lamang ng hagdan ay pwedeng makakause ng feeling of or symptoms of a heart attack. So ayun, itong ating mga examples here or yung comparisons are the typical symptoms, And if it's a panic attack, the symptoms that you will feel usually mawawala within an hour or so. In a heart attack, less likely po na ganon. Sometimes it can even become worse. So, ayan, ano pang mga pinagkaparehasan nila? Iikli ang ating paghinga. Kumbaga, para kayong hinahapo ang pakiramdam. Hinahabol ang breathing. Meron ding parang panlalamig ng inyong katawan. Magpapawis ng malamig. So, sweating is included. And sa panic attacks, merong panginginig. Ayun, o kayang iba kung nakaramdam na, mayroon akong mga pasyente na ganitong i-explain, Dok, bakit para akong haatakin sa puso? Pero very young, lalapit sa akin. And ang usually na description, nanginginig o kaya maninigas. Meron parang tingling sensation as well, yung kanilang mga kamay tsaka paa kasama lahat. Yun po, usually, when lab tests are run or ran, ang return po, ang resulta, if it's simply a panic attack, it will all be normal. Ang ECG, ang 2D echo, normal results po yan typically. If it's a heart attack, markers in the body would be abnormal. ECG na lang mismo, meron agad mali. Mauhuli agad yon with the lab tests that we have. So yun usually yung pagkakaibahan nila. So, with that, dun pa lamang, the mental condition that we have can result to a feeling of something related to a heart problem. Pero ano nga ba, Doc, kasi talaga ang connection nilang dalawa? I will give you several studies here. We have the first one, of course, tackling this very topic that we have. Punta tayo sa setting natin mismo. So from the Philippines itself. For those who are just listening, yung title ng first study is Coronary Heart Disease or Sakit sa Puso in the Philippines, a guide to patient education, prevention, and treatment. And these studies that I will be presenting to you, they're all very recent. Kasi as much as napaka-common po ng sakit sa puso, kasama dyan ng pagtaas ng ating BP, hypertension, yung pagtaas ng inyong cholesterol, inaatake sa puso, hindi ganoon ka-related or nagkakaroon ng association with the mental health. So ngayon, pumapasok na with also the prevalence of mental health conditions in this generation. So ito, ang sabi sa study na to, with chronic stress, ayan, hindi lang po basta-basta kahit anong stress, paulit-ulit, tumataas ang certain hormones in the body, including cortisol and epinephrine. These are tawag natin dito ay mga stress hormones. So pag yan ay tumaas, BP, tibok ng puso, lahat ay bibilis, tataas, ayan, alta pressure po ang labas. Nagkakaroon ng spasm of the blood vessels. Next, mental health condition, they specified in this study, ang depression. Ayan. Ito ay mas nagiging common na nausapan sa mga mas nakababata, dun din sa mga kaedaran ko na po and fortunately to older generations as well. A lot of the population is already accepting various mental health conditions including depression and anxiety. So ano nga bang nangyari sa katawan? Simula sa utak, meron tayong tinatawag na parasympathetic and sympathetic autonomic nervous system or centers. Very technical, but to make it more simple for our viewers and listeners, pag bumaba po ang parasympathetic at umakyat ang sympathetic centers ng ating brain, what basically happens is tataas din po ang BP, ayan. So, magtataas ang inyong alta presyon, ang presyon ninyo, at pati ang cholesterol ay affected na rin. So, isa pang factor na nagdudulot ng kapangitan ng heart condition is because of depression. Sabi natin kanina, it's a vicious cycle. Nawawalan ng gana na mag-comply ang pasyente or isang tao sa kanilang mga gamot, including gamot para sa puso. So nawawala din yung engagement with healthy lifestyle. With depression, for those who have not encountered it, hindi po talaga kayo makakabangon sa inyong bed, hindi kayo makakakain ng maayos, sedentary ang lifestyle, or to an extreme, to the other extreme, kain naman ang kain na walang temperance, nawawala ang temperance. So all is in extreme will result to bad cardiac health. So ang next nating study, in a different country naman, sadly when I was researching this, sa Philippine setting, there are not much journals or articles regarding looking into the relationship of cardiac and mental health. However, there are more naman to other countries that I have seen. So itong isa ay understanding mental health challenges in cardiovascular care. This was done just last 2024. So again, very similar to the study na kanina ating diniscuss. Persistent stress, anxiety, depression, lahat po yun ay magdudulot nito. Again, cortisol, the stress hormone will all increase. Tataas po lahat. Magkakaroon ng magbabara. So hindi lang po sa ating kinakain na magdudulot ng pagtaas ng ating cholesterol o kaya naman yung mga taba na mag-iipon sa ating mga daanan ng dugo, kundi pati ang paulit-ulit na stress sa katawan. So again, hypertension and atherosclerosis, or in simpler terms, yung ating pagtaas ng cholesterol, pag-ipon ng taba sa daanan ng dugo. Yung next naman, ganun na rin po siya ka-significant or ka-relevant in this generation, na nagkaroon na sila ng consensus statement on how to take care of both the brain and the heart together. So this is a mental health and cardiovascular disease consensus statement. Key messages. This was just last year from the European Society of Cardiology. So makikita po natin sa figure for those who are watching. Again, it's a cycle, ano? So the mental health and then your cardiovascular health, if one or the other is in poor condition, they will affect one another. And that is what we have said a while ago as well. So ang kanilang mga napag-usapan sa consensus na ito ay dapat dun sa ating mga pasyente na meron na ring sakit sa puso mismo, sila ay kinakamusta rin. This being a chronic disease, or as we call it, a non-communicable disease, usually acquired from lifestyle changes. So pag yan, long-term po na sakit, yung mga matataas ang BP, pangit ang lifestyle, papasok po, hindi natin pwedeng makalimutan ang pag-incorporate ng mental health. Ano pa ba? O, diba, ang dami na ngayon recently. So, furthermore, na-study rin ang psychological risk factors and cardiovascular disease. This is from a study in the University of Rome. Sabi dito, so ayan, yung mga sobrang stress from work. Not only that, nag-smile si Ma'am Zai, nakaka-relate siya.
Kaya pala may na ngayon, Doc, wellness break.
Yes, exactly.
oo.
Very important na magkaroon
Dahil may
ng
mga
wellness
ganitong
break.
studies.
So, hindi lang doon, even those who experienced post-traumatic stress disorder, and ultimo yung pagka, ano bang Tagalog nun? Yung bereavement. Yung pag namatayan.
Pagkawala.
Yes, pagkawalan.
Na special someone, family members.
Kasama rin yun, that is a form of psychological stress. So sa study nila, this with or without other risk factors can affect the heart itself, including coping strategies. Again, banggit na naman anxiety and depression. And of course, even experiences from when we were young, so childhood experiences, a form of trauma, can lead indirectly, ang sabi sa study na to, indirectly naman, you can have a poor quality of life. So, yan yung adaptation natin with situations. If you have had a bad childhood experience growing up, this can affect your quality of life and ultimately have significant risk factors in development of your cardiovascular diseases. Ano pa ba ang ating meron dito? Ito, very interesting to me. This is from the American Journal of Cardiology naman. Sabi dito, na-point out nila, very specific in one of their conclusions, na individuals with MHD or mental health disorders without known cardiovascular diseases or yung wala pang mga sakit sa puso prior pero merong mental health condition are more likely, diba, to develop future heart diseases, especially heart failure. And tinan mo, Ma'am Zai, this was observed primarily in women, sa mga babae. So, di ba, napaka-timely. Mother's Month, Mother's Day, May. So take care of the women in your life. So again, good mental health condition, good heart condition. Kaya pala merong basehan yung happy wife, happy life. O, di ba?
Ngayon. So hindi na lang siya sayings. It's really based from research, science na. Because really, women are one of the people na
vulnerable
affected.
ang term.
Yes, vulnerable with this condition na pwede palang ma-develop.
Yes.
No? So sa mga nakikinig po natin dyan, especially sa mga kababaihan na nakikinig po ng ating talakayan ngayong umaga. No? So it's very timely to us. And it will be our awareness as well na hindi lang naman other people who will take care of us, pero we
Yes.
ourselves
Exactly.
should really be the first one who should take care of ourselves as
I
well.
agree. Tama. So, ayun kaya ang laki ng contribution ng mental health to women in general. So, ayan. So, ito. Malapit naman na tayo, no? So, this is the last study that I will present. So, the association, again, this group of researchers, just last 2023, ito naman, very focused naman on the young adults. Ang sabi naman dito, their conclusion is those with depression or a mental health disorder, mas mataas ang tsansa po, na mag-develop ng heart disease than those without depression. So that is how important the mental health is with your heart health. And dun naman sa mga walang heart disease, pero merong, again, depression and poor mental health days ang term. Kumbaga, mas marami kang bad days compared to your good days. Lalo silang nagkakaroon ng suboptimal or not ideal. So, kumbaga, bumababa ang pangkabuuan na cardiovascular health. So, ayun. So, kaya ayan, very important to take care of your mental well-being, hindi lamang para sa mga kababaihan natin, kundi para sa lahat. So ngayon, Doc Sai, anong gagawin? Now that we have all these studies na talagang related, ang utak at ang puso at kung gaano ka importante na sila ay ating sabay na iti-treat or ima-manage. Bigyan ko po kayo ng very quick reminder lang. So, ayan, meron tayong mnemonics. Siyempre, as a medical student or when I used to be a medical student, I think mga estudyante naman talaga yung makaka-relate. May mnemonics po tayo para matandaan natin ng mas mabilis ang ating mga pinag-aaralan. So, dyan natin ipapasok ang let God. Let God, so L-E-T, I have 3 quick reminders or tips before we go, of course, to God, encompassing all of these reminders or tips that we can apply in our daily lives. So, pinakauna, diba, dun sa mga nakinig, letter L sa lifestyle natin na acronym is laughter. Totoo po yun, laugh out loud. So, paulit-ulit na natin yung naririnig na it takes less muscles to smile compared to frowning. So, di ba? Mababawasan pa po tayo ng wrinkles. So, yun. You laugh because yung act or action of laughing will, parang yung exchange ng oxygen and carbon dioxide will be promoted. So, maganda ang flow of the blood from the body, outside, and then inside as well. So, yun kaya importante ang tumawa. Siyempre ito, this is also finding joys in the small things in life. Na kahit gaano naka-stressful ang situation. Let me quote Paul himself, Apostle Paul in the Bible, yung ating Philippians 4 verse 13. Yun lang minsan nalilimutan natin yung previous verse, 4 verse 12, where Paul stated that in any situation na nakaranas na siya ng victory, all his good days, and even bad days, siya ay na-prison at lahat, and even then, he found contentment, joy, happiness, because he knows that his strength is in Christ. So that is where this will come in. Next, so yan yung ating letter L, I'm sorry. E is engage. Unti nating i-promote yung Adventist Possibility Ministries. This is where it will come in. Engage with community. We have not only that, but also health ministries. These are communities in the church where you can reach out to people who are also experiencing similar situations like you. So yun po yung core ng APM, to be able to uplift one another, whether you have a physical disability, mental disability, or if you're undergoing any form of loss and all that mental health related conditions. That is the role of this type of ministry to not only uplift but also to promote na meron kayong encouragement that you can find help and community within the church through this. Ano pa ba? Engage in the things that you like to do. So, dyan po papasok ng ating hobbies. Sa akin, personally, if I get super stressed, I do crochet. It is a very, what do you call it? Matrabaho po siya na type of hobby. But the repetition or following a pattern helps relax the mind. So if crocheting is not for you, it could be music, listening to music. I think it's one of my previous lectures as well, that music, it's already been studied. It can help you with your concentration and relaxation. Ano pa ba? Engage in walks. Nature walks ang sinasabi nga natin. So exposing yourself to sunlight, to good air. Kasama yun sa ating new start for the Adventists out there. Nutrition is there. Engage with eating good food. Pag inaya kayo ng friends nyo or family members, even when you are very down or very feeling very sad on a particular day, try to push yourself a little. Ako po ay nahirapan din yan when I was in the midst of the lowest of my depression stages. Kahit po mahirap, maiinis po kayo initially. Kasi bakit ba? Ang bigat na nga ng katawan ko, pipilitin mo pa akong bumangon para kumain or para may gawing iba. But I appreciate the people who have stuck with me, the people who God brought into my life who did not give up. They were used to help me bring me out of that depression slump. So please, even with kahit sobrang liit lang na actions, engage. Do not let yourself be drowned by whatever mental health condition that you are in. Ano pa ba? So meron tayong L, may E, laugh, engage with good activities, with a healthy lifestyle, and of course, letter T, take a break. Nasabi ni Ma'am Zai kanina, no, yung wellness break in their office. So ayan, it is very important to take a break. Even Jesus himself, nung na-overwhelmed na siya with performing so many miracles, giving so many sermons to so many people, siya ay naghanap ng, ano nga yung usually, a solitary place. He took a break to reconnect with his Father in heaven. So the prayer is very important, or just having time alone with yourself. But do not, I have experienced this already, so I can say from experience, do not also let yourself just be buried in being alone. Magkaiba pong isolation sa solitude. So, how I explain it, when you isolate, you do not let anyone in. Kahit ano pang try ng ibang tao niyan, you would just do things by yourself. In solitude, you will give a specific time for meditation, for relaxation, to engage with your God, with Jesus, and then you recharge through that solitude and go back again to your community, just like Jesus did. So again, L-E-T, laugh, engage, take a break. So nandun tayo, asan si God? Remember, sabi natin ba let, and then God. So remember to always take it to the Lord in prayer. No matter what, kahit pa ikaw ay hindi lamang, kasi po sabi nila, naalala lang si Lord pag may blessings. In the flip side of that coin, yung iba naman, naalala lang si Lord pag ang hirap na ng buhay. So ayun ang nangyayari. So don't let it be just one side. In all aspects, even small victories, nabigyan ka ng kunyari, sobrang busy sa work, may nag-abot sa'yo ng snack or anything, even with small actions, take it to the Lord in prayer. Nadapa ka or merong nawala sa'yo, very small things, take it to the Lord in prayer. Whether it be Thanksgiving or kahit man lang ang usapan nga namin ng sister ko. Kung tayo po ay magmamarites na lamang, or chichismis, gossiping. Wag sa ibang tao. Ilapit
na
muna
lang.
natin sa Panginoon. Ayun. Kung gusto
Unahin
mo,
natin
yes,
sa
totoo.
Kanya. Oo.
And then, with that, totoo po yun, no? Idasal nyo muna. Pag meron kayong taong kinaiinisan, galit na kayo. Take it to the Lord in prayer, and you will see the difference of your response to that person or to a certain situation after you have prayed for it. Hindi man yan completely mawala, yung inis or galit, but you will gain a sense of peace na para kayong kinalma. Sabi ni Lord, kalma lang anak. Ganon. So it is very important to always take it to the Lord in prayer. So,
Yes, tama yun, no? Doc Trish, Doc Isay, ngayong araw na ito ay kanya tayong binigyan ng awareness and knowledge kung anong connection ng ating mind and ating heart. At sa pagbabalik po namin, wag po kayo mawawala. More wow or words of wisdom from Doc Trisha herself. Let's watch this video first.
Are you suffering from heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, stroke, anxiety, and other lifestyle diseases? We can help you. Join our Lifestyle is Medicine intervention program. This is a 6-week virtual health program, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 to 8 p.m. that will bring your lifestyle doctors and dietitians right where you are. There will be scientific evidence-based lectures, health screening, cooking demonstrations, workbook, and recipes that will help you in your health journey. Find out what is the optimal nutrition for your health conditions and activities fit for you. This holistic lifestyle intervention program will help you and your family to experience the best life in the midst of uncertainty and stressful living. Contact us at Adventist Med Lifestyle Medicine Facebook page for details and registration. Join now!
Nagbabalik po muli ang inyong programang Voice of Health at patuloy pa rin po kayong nakatutok at nakasubaybay sa atin pong topic ngayong araw na ito, connecting the heart, our mind and the heart. Of course, it goes hand in hand. Wala pong may iwan at walang dapat i-compromise. Tama po ba yun, Dr. Trish? So marami po kasing nagsasabi, no, na dapat sundin mo kung ano yung nasa puso mo. So what can you say about that? Kasi I've heard so many people or mga mentors ganyan na nagsasabi na you really should follow what's in your heart. So what can you say about those sayings or yung mga kasabihan ng ang mga tao natin ngayon?
So, ayan, no. As a doctor po, let me tell you, the heart does not think. The heart does not decide. So, sa ating discussion a while ago, the heart, the very function of your heart is to control your blood pressure, to distribute the blood throughout the body. So, pag ang puso pong inyong pinakinggan, nasa Bible din po yan, sa turo po sa atin, the heart is deceitful. So, to me, ang pinaka-sound advice that I can give is to not follow your heart, but to ultimately follow the will of God. I'm sorry. This will be new for a lot of people listening, but ultimately we do not have control over our lives. It's an illusion that we can control things. Kaya tayo nagkaka-anxiety. That's why we develop anxiety symptoms, because of that thought that we can control situations. If we just follow our heart. O yan, diba? But yeah, again, balik po tayo. Let God do it for you. Para po, to me, no, in my perspective, it's one huge thing na hindi ko na kailangan pang isipin. Let God take the wheel, ika nga nila.
Ayan, so sa mga nakikinig po ng ating programa ngayon, we are being taught by Dr. Trizia that we should not follow our heart. Instead, let God live our mind and our soul. Let God live through us. Ayan po natin na gumawa ang Panginoon para po yung ating thoughts and yung ating pong puso ay sumunod sa ating thoughts.
Exactly.
Tama? Okay.
Yes, yun.
So, hindi heart over mind. Dapat mind over
your heart.
Yes.
I agree.
Katulad nga po na sabi sa isang verse, ang sabi po dito is, in Isaiah 26 verse 3, it says, "You keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you."
Yes,
so whenever
agreed.
that quotation pop in onto our mind again or narinig natin, now we understand that basically, as science says, as a Dr. Atheena says, na hindi po nakapag-isip ang heart. So, nasa mind pa rin ang control. That's why God put our mind sa pinaka-highest part.
Yes. Sa pinaka-tuktok, sabi nga ating kanina,
so, what
diba?
can you say about that? Parang, ang ating mind ay inilagay ng Panginoon sa highest part ng ating body. So, bakit kailangan na sundin mo din yung heart? Kasi there's a connection, di ba? You said earlier, there's a connection between your mind and your heart. So, when there's a mind already, bakit kailangan pa nating tingnan yung heart natin if meron naman tayong mind?
So, sa akin, it's kind of like asking na, why do we have other parts of the body? Sabi nga rin, again, let me quote the Living Word, when, just like the church and Christ himself, Christ is the mind, so siya yung head, and then all the rest of the parts of the body are the members of the church. So hindi pwedeng makagalaw ang isang buong katawan kung wala ring puso, but hindi rin talaga makaka-function properly kung wala ang pinakatuktok or your very head. So, kung nasaan ang brain, nasa loob ng ating ulo, just like the example that Christ is the head of the church, so it is with the body. So, again, I would also just like to emphasize na part of engaging in with taking care of your mental well-being is to reach out to professionals. Yan po, marami na po tayong Christian or Adventist psychologists, counselors, even our pastors. They're capable to help you go through whatever you're going through mentally, or whether it be from loss, you're very anxious or depressed. Yung pasimula pa lang, if you're catching the signs and symptoms. I think it's in one of the previous lectures that we talked about signs and symptoms of anxiety and depression. Wag po tayong mahiya. It is not the time anymore to be to keep what it is that we are feeling just inside. So talk to someone about it. That is very important.
Okay, so yun po pala ang kahalagahan nun. Yes, Doc. And earlier, you've mentioned that women are vulnerable when it comes to acquiring CVDs na merong mental health problem.
Yes.
So how about men? So in contrast, how about sa mga kalalakihan natin? Of course, meron din tayong nanonood and nakikinig ng mga kalalakihan. So how about in men? Masasabi ba natin na kasi hindi sila verbal or hindi masyado nagmamanifest sa kanila when they have something on their mind. So how can you say na it can also affect their lifestyle or yung health status nila specifically when it comes to heart?
All right. So it was not specified or pointed out specifically in the studies that we've mentioned. However, since we have already established a high connection of any mental health condition with cardiac health, I think hindi naman exempted ang mga lalaki. Paulit-ulit na with the previous studies, yung ating mga minention, chronic, persistent stress. So if you have that in your life, whether you be a man or a woman or young or not, you will eventually develop a poor heart health. So again, kung sa mga kalalakihan, nabanggit ni Ma'am Zai, yung stress manifests as yung angry outbursts. Ayan. Keeping it to yourself and not talking to anybody is also a form of chronic stress. As I've said, it's a vicious cycle. So paikot-ikot lang po yan pag kayo ay nagkaroon ng stress. So ang mangyayari lamang, hindi mo ma-manage on your own. You can develop anxiety or depression or anger issues. And then, pag nag-overflow na, ayan, nasobra, na-overwhelm ang body, yung ating mga pinag-usapan kanina, tataas ang yung cortisol, the stress hormones will all go up. And then, it will manifest into a bad heart condition. So, tataas ang BP, bibilis ang heart rate, cholesterol levels will go up, and paikot-ikot lang yan siya na ganun. And syempre, due to this na magde-develop kayo, bakit Doc, ayan na, bakit po nagtataas ang BP ko bigla? First time po ito. Even that, a new diagnosis is also a source of stress. So again, di ba, bumalik lang din tayo sa start. And if you could not manage that properly, affected ang heart in totality. So, yun.
That's why it's a cycle pala,
Yes,
Doc, no?
that's
So,
just cycle talaga.
babalik siya pag naramdaman mo, if you have mental health problem or hindi okay ang mind natin, then back to our heart, and then pag na-diagnose na doctor, back to our mind
Yes.
again.
Actually, ano pa yun, no? As I was also researching, I've read, hindi ko lang siya na-include dito na the importance of those with cardiac diseases or CVDs, yan po na lalo na yung sa mga elderly natin, na na-address din yung kanilang stress with taking their medications. If you do not know or if you do not have a heart problem, ang dami pong gamot. Usually, 8 yan na iniinom in a day. And the longer that you have to take these medications, the more stress it is in the body, in your mind. So, nagkaroon po sila ng one of the consensus as well, or parang usapan in the scientific community, in the medical community, that we also have to address the mental health of these patients that we have. So, sa ating mga cardiologists, kumustahin din po natin ang ating mga pasyente, yung ating mga elderly patients especially. Kaya po ang dami na hindi na sumusunod sa pag-take ng gamot. O kaya naman hindi na nagpa-follow up sa doktor nila kasi ang tagal-tagal ko naman ang umiinom, wala namang nangyayari. And a lot of them do not realize that when they stop these medications, these visits to their doctors on their own, lalong nag-worsen ang kalagayan. So there should also be a good relationship between you and your doctor that you can talk about your condition parang mas holistically. So, papasok dyan ang ating, of course, lifestyle medicine. Included po talaga yan. Hindi pwedeng gamot lang ng gamot at walang pagbabago sa ating pang-araw-araw na ginagawa.
Yan. So, thank you so much, Dr. Trizia. At kanina, she has mentioned that there are 3 things that we must remember. The let God. So, laugh out loud, engage, and take a break.
Yes, perfect.
Oh, yes. So, tanong lang natin, no? So, ano po ba yung right time na magpapacheck tayo ng heart? Is it annually, quarterly, or may right age ba dyan in order for us to know? Siyempre, yung mga viewers natin, nakikinig din na, should I really have a check on my heart? Yan.
So, sa experience ko po, no, I'm not that, hindi pa ako ganun katagal in practice in medicine. However, ang dami pa rin po na pasyente na lumalapit, of course. And with the current generation, pabata na po ng pabata ang mga nagpapacheck up. I even had patients na 30s pa lang, sobrang taas na ng BP. Even in their late 20s, meron na. Tumataas po talagang BP nila to the point that they have to take medications. So, ideally, ang age usually, no, sa babae kasi the changes in the body happens 40s and above. So, ganon. But if wala namang symptoms na outright symptoms na ramdaman, like hindi kayo, yung typical, yung parang nagmamanhead, o kaya naman may mabigat ang batok, yung mga ganon, or never pa na pagka-check naman ng BP nyo, hindi naman ganun kataas. Kung walang pa mga ganung symptoms, usually mga 60s na. And annually, just to be, ideally po ito no, hindi ito yung parang prescribed agad. Of course, we have to adjust to the patient themselves dahil sa katotohanan lang po talaga, hindi po mura magpagamot. However, there are still avenues that will help you to have good access to healthcare. So, ayun po.
Ayan. So, thank you for mentioning. And as you've mentioned earlier, no, pabata na ng pabata.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, truly lifestyle is they really need to invest
Yes.
into a lifestyle that will sustain them for long years to live. Maliban na lang, Doc, no, kung gusto nilang mapaaga yung kanilang...
Yes.
Yan. So, you've mentioned 3, laugh out loud, engage, and take a break.
Yep.
Among those 3, ano yung pinaka dapat i-prioritize when it comes to taking good care of the heart and the mind?
So, ganito, no? Kung ating babalikan, the LET is basically just reminders. Pero yung kabuuan nun is let God pa din. That is your priority. Above all else, let God take it for you. Let God take your stress. Let God take your anxieties, your current financial situation, your status in school or in your workplace. Let God do it for you. And as you give it to Him, as we surrender to Him, that is also where we can have the discernment. Lagi dapat hinihingi yan from the Holy Spirit, the discernment to apply LET into our daily lives. But the priority would still be to let God.
That's the top one and
Yes.
most priority na dapat nating bigyan pansin. Thank you so much, Dr. Trizia. Any more parting few words
Ayan.
before we totally ended?
As we close, balik ko kayo sa Bible. Hindi na lang siya song or something that we just say na dahil quotation, but please bear in mind how important it is. Our God is also very scientific. Science is, sabi nga nila, man-made daw. However, where do we even get our wisdom? It's all from our Creator. So even He has told us, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine. So again, thank you for tuning in. Whether it be on radio, on social media, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are. I hope you are safe. And thank you for listening to our Hour of Voice of Health.
Thank you so much, Dr. Trizia, for your time today, for sharing with us a very heartful and meaningful conversation about the connection of our mind and of our heart. Before we end, may I request Dr. Trizia to have a closing or short prayer for us.
Sure. So let us all bow our heads for prayer. Our loving Father in heaven, thank you so much, dear Lord, for this hour to listen to your message of prioritizing our health as it is part of what you want for your children. Thank you, dear Lord, for revealing to us the importance of taking care of our mental well-being and our hearts as well. That all we should start to be doing is to let God, let you take control of whatever it is that we have in our lives. For those who are listening and watching, dear Lord, I pray over them for protection throughout the day, for your guidance and your wisdom in all that we will be doing. Thank you for this opportunity to be used for your service, dear Father. All these we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Maraming salamat po sa patuloy ninyong pagsuporta at pagsubaybay dito sa Voice of Health, Tinig ng Kalusugan, trumpeting 7's prescription that lifestyle is medicine. Tandaan po natin ang ating napag-usapan ngayon tungkol sa connection between our hearts and our minds is really important. And just like Dr. Trizia says, Merry heart doeth good like a medicine. And I also want to add in Psalms 51 verse 10 before we end. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. May we all have a great day ahead of us. Maraming salamat po. Ito po yung host, Zaira Benitez, na nagsasabing, iba ang may alam pagdating sa kalusugan.
God bless.
Are you suffering from heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, obesity, stroke, anxiety, and other lifestyle diseases? We can help you. Join our Lifestyle is Medicine intervention program. This is a 6-week virtual health program, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 to 8 p.m. that will bring your lifestyle doctors and dietitians right where you are. There will be scientific evidence-based lectures, health screening, cooking demonstrations, workbook, and recipes that will help you in your health journey. Find out what is the optimal nutrition for your health conditions and activities fit for you. This holistic lifestyle intervention program will help you and your family to experience the best life in the midst of uncertainty and stressful living. Contact us at Adventist Med Lifestyle Medicine Facebook page for details and registration. Join now!
Did you know that non-communicable diseases, also called chronic lifestyle diseases, now make up to 7 of the world's top 10 causes of death? These top 7 diseases are ischemic heart disease, stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancers, Alzheimer's disease, diabetes mellitus, and kidney diseases. In the Philippines, the top 5 communicable diseases as cause of death are almost similar, and they are ischemic heart disease, cancers, cerebrovascular diseases, diabetes mellitus, and hypertensive diseases. Why do we suffer so much from these chronic lifestyle diseases? The underlying causes are high blood sugar, high cholesterol, overweight, and obesity. And it has been found that there are 3 root causes of this problem. They are tobacco use, insufficient physical activity, and not enough intake of fruits and vegetables. By looking at these faulty lifestyles, aren't they actually modifiable? Any person who is willing to change may actually prevent having these lifestyle diseases. You don't have to be a victim. Neither should you be burdened by having these risk factors that lead to disease. And the good news is, you can do something about it now. You can join the Lifestyle is Medicine Intervention Program by the Adventist Medical Center, Manila. Lifestyle is an acronym for 9 vital components of healthy living. This stands for laughter, interaction, food and fluids, exercise, sleep, temperance, your faith, light, and environment. Truly, these are the natural healing wonders of today's chronic diseases. What's in store for you if you sign up for this Lifestyle is Medicine Intervention Program? This is a 6 weeks lifestyle modification program designed as a virtual learning so you can do it from the comfort and safety of your homes. You will learn evidence-based lectures on how these 9 vital components of lifestyle will help you win the battle against lifestyle diseases. There will be workshops on optimal nutrition, healthy cooking, exercises, reports, and many more. Come and join us for this exciting journey to healing and health. Truly, lifestyle is medicine.